connected.
What's not connected? I told you that's not connected.
Oh, you didn't tell me. I didn't ask you. You didn't tell me.
I told you that yesterday when we talked.
You ready, Samuel?
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Check your mic again, Samuel.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
One more time.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Testing.
No. I can't.
So it's good?
You sound good?
Going? Okay. Yep, I'm ready to go. I'll just start the Google Hangout.
What's up here? What's up, world? It's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. Seen and heard all around the world right here on Detroit Raw Live on ventradio.net. We're going around with the personal world clock, and we're going to check in around the world for you, man. Shouts out to everybody in Detroit at 7:02 p.m. Friday morning. Good morning to you in London, England. Good evening, Thursday, 7:02 in New York City. Friday morning at 8:02 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Dublin, England. Ireland. My man, Gary. How you doing, man? I miss you out there. 12:02 a.m. Dubai. Good morning at 3:02 a.m. Thursday afternoon or evening in Dallas, 6:02. Geneva. Good morning at 4 or 2:40. No, Geneva. Wow, y'all in the AM Friday. Friday is coming up on us, son. Your Friday, 1:02 a.m. Buenos Aires. Good evening to you at 8:02 p.m. Mark Vingado and Zimbabwe. Good morning, 1:02 a.m. Casablanca. Good morning to you, 12:03 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona, 4:03 p.m. Beijing, good morning, 7:03 a.m. And Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, where I was down at just last week. Good evening, 6:03 p.m. It's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. Oh, man. It's been a real tough week, or just, I should say, more or less 24 hours. I just lost a good friend, my brother from another mother, Leon Fields, better yet known as Owen, Big O. He passed suddenly on us yesterday morning. My day yesterday was just a complete train wreck once I heard the news. Me and this man been friends for over 30 years. You know, shouts out to his family, Mr. Lee, my pops from another world too, and also my brother Lil Lee, my sister Mook and Charlotte and Trish and Pauline and just, you know, just everybody that is going through something right now, because my brother Earl, you know, a lot of us is we're real good friends, and we are a family. And shouts out to also my man's wife, Reese. I'm sorry for your loss, and I just wanted you to know that we here at eventradio.net have your back. Your man, MrSan44Man, got you. I'm right here on the air. I got to keep it moving because the show must go on, and I cannot break down like I really feel like it. But, you know, when you lose somebody and, you know, sometimes we be so cruel and so mean to one another. You know, we wonder, you know, we struggling for the same dollar. And we just don't seem like we care about one another. And when it's too late, you know, it's really too late. Mm-hmm. In these days and times, nobody know when their day is going to be. Nobody. And for us not to take the senselessness that we're seeing out here, people losing their lives. Stephon Clark shot 20 times. Why? You know, my boy told me this afternoon that, you know, he really want to go ill. He want to hurt somebody. He said something to me that I really didn't like to hear, because of the simple fact that he was more or less asking, or basically saying, God hates us black people. And he started to lose and was beginning to lose his faith. Now, he's my friend of over 30 years too, and this is his cousin that he lost. And he asked the question, why does God take the good ones, the ones that people love the most? Why does he just give us the bearing of the sorrow of the world 20 times for a young man that was running, a black young man that was running? I don't care what it was. You had a white young man walk into a school and assassinated 17 of his classmates. He didn't have a gun on him, but he killed people with one. You didn't run up on him and shoot him to death. You wanted to work with him, profile with him, make it seem heroic, when in actuality you show blacks in America that things are always going to be the same and nothing's going to change. Once again, shouts out to my man Leon.
Yes.
You're going to be missed, brother. Because on Wednesday morning, we didn't know you would wake up somewhere else. And it's probably a better place. Because any place is better than here. To be treated and to go through pain and suffering, oppressiveness, economically, educationally, and physically, you're in a better place, my brother. It's your man, your boy, your brother, Sandman, Sanford, MrSan44Man.
Yes.
Okay, world, let's keep it moving because the show must go on.
Yes.
The crimes of the city. The crimes in the city. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Grandmother shot in her home by a young man that happened to be outside his home shooting around, playing with a gun. That good old bad thing, isn't it?
Wow.
We won't legislate to stop it. We definitely won't campaign against it. But we'll keep looking at those news stories. And to know this is a travesty in our American society. A grandmother shot in her home. Can you believe that?
So what? Wait a minute, hold on. What happened?
Young man is in the street. Grandmother is in the house with her husband in a separate house, just on the block. The bullet went from his gun through their house, killing the grandmother.
Wow. Wow.
Just stupidity. You see, you got somebody that's trying to you know you can't even sit in your home these days and try to live a decent life. You think that, oh well, if I just stay out them streets, but you know you can get shot in your own home, in your own community. Now think about that. Because see, when white America got into that, it's a travesty. Look at the closing of the schools because of this situation. You know, now they're talking about closing the schools. For what? That's the very problem of what is going on in America. Too much. The children got the right. The children don't have the right to do nothing but go to school and educate yourselves. That's what a child's place is and should be in America. You can't even vote. But you got little white boys out here getting front row centers, already getting campaigns, already getting nominations, already receiving funding. Why is that? My son out there working at Little Caesars Arena because the Tigers were supposed to play today. Mm-hmm. A minimal job. A minimal paying job. But it can't work because it's raining outside in Detroit at 45 degrees. So white America had to go home. Uh-huh. Yeah. In the city of Detroit. You mean to tell me there was not one black person down there that was out there going to the game? The whole time. Stephen Clark didn't have nothing but, I counted it, less than a 15-second announcement. 15 seconds. Man shot. Police muted after the shooting. That's it.
Wow. And they claim they saw him via the helicopter vandalizing like some glass door and a few cars and not actually breaking into anything or stealing anything, but just breaking some windows, and that was worth getting killed.
Didn't I just tell you a white boy just went down there and shot his classmates, 17 of them, and killed them, and they didn't pull one gun.
The White House press conference on yesterday, the response to the question from the press as to what was going to be done from the government on behalf of these police killings, the response was, it's a local issue. It's not for our government to step into or our White House to step into. It's a local issue.
So why did they meet with the president?
Basically, they're saying, hey, it had nothing to do with us. It's a local police issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Closing of the schools. A lot that's going on in the black community too. Do you know, all of my friends told me that they couldn't take their kids to school because of the threat.
Yeah.
Don't go to school. Don't take your kids to school. There's going to be a threat. They will be killed. I know people that was here in the city of Detroit still took their kids to school. Why are you worried about it now?
Well, that's just old school.
You know, why are you worried about it now? I mean, when our children were being killed, you really didn't care. And it wasn't a big issue at that juncture. Now, it's just wild out here. 3 women just killed. Rollover accident. on Telegraph. Said these ladies were going in excess speeds of 100 plus miles an hour. Where the hell was they going to? A fire? Now they're dead.
Wow.
All three. Mangled. Car mangled. They were from Muskegon. No names have been given out yet due to the fact that they were grown women, but the families haven't been notified as of yet. So, gotta just be careful. They're talking about upping the amount to pay for your insurance. Hear about that? State's been ready to up the prices now to renew your car and all that.
I have a clip for the 3 women killed in a rollover. Let's try to hear
Tune
that.
them in. You got them?
Yeah.
All right, check it out, world. And we're getting it together.
Yeah. The feed from local 4 Detroit.
News feed.
While we're trying to pull that up, you said, what about the insurance?
It's going up. I mean, not so much the insurance too, but to register your vehicle with the Secretary of State. And ladies and gentlemen, I already got my new tag. So if you're upcoming for your birthday, you probably want to look into that because they're talking about this will be taking effect immediately. So I would say it won't be an April Fool's joke if your birthday is on April 1st. And I'd try to get it on right now before or what tomorrow? Friday. Are they open on Saturday?
Uh-oh.
Some of them.
The Secretary of State?
Yeah, check
Yeah,
your local Secretary of State
yeah.
because you really want to get that. You really want to get that tag before Sunday, April Fool, because the police will not be fooling when they pull you over. They will take your vehicle. Trust me, that money is scarce out here. Did you get them yet, the ladies?
The video feed seems to be taking time, but it says witnesses said the vehicle, a gray Kia Optima, was traveling a high rate of speed before losing control, hitting a sign, rolling down the road, and wrapping around a utility pole. The car may have exceeded speeds of 100 miles per hour.
Does that sound familiar?
On Telegraph.
Oh, yeah. MrSan44Man take the same accident, same type of craziness, and they was in a high-speed chase with the Wayne State Police, and they wrapped themselves around the pole, and yeah,
Wow.
See? Comment.
Witnesses said the vehicle passed him at a very high rate of speed. He was driving a semi. We asked him to pull over while we were securing the scene, but he didn't stop. If anyone witnessed, they want to know if there were any witnesses to please call the Redford police. But wow.
Okay.
What in the world? That was at 2 o'clock?
Yep.
2 o'clock in the morning?
Yep. And you know how people be. They probably was high. They was feeling themselves. Girl, we can roll this. And just Redford police just wasn't out there. Now, if it had been me and my mans and them, oh, you know what I'm saying? They'd have honked us down. Even if we'd have got on Detroit, on 696 and got to Detroit, they'd have Detroit ready for us. So
right, you was doing 2 miles over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Call out the SWAT, get the helicopter, get that ghetto bird in the air. That's nothing. On some more serious note, this is real sad. You know, I really hate to hear this kind of reporting, and I really hate to even bring it out to you, but it needs to be heard. The Cranbrook Motel, not quite far away from here, located on 8 Mile in the Lodge Freeway. Well, a mother had 2 children in the hotel. Okay, mama had 2 children in the hotel. How old were they? The little girl was a year old, or is a year old, and the boy is 7 months. Now, what led to this was there was a shooting at the Cranbrook. Cranbrook is rough. It ain't back like it was back in the day. But the Cranbrook right now is used for a lot of other things, but just sleeping in there. It's been like that for many, many years. For all of y'all that know that hotel, um, Michelle Pinnock, yes, I should say Pinnock. Excuse me. Um, 26 years old, left the children in the hotel. Detroit police responded to a gunshots fired at the hotel. They followed the bullets all the way to investigate to the room in which she had the children in. When authorities entered, they found the two children in there. Um, she was later apprehended, and she's going to face 2 counts of child abuse. Um, the This is the only good thing I can give applaud out of. But my man, I appreciate you doing it now. We all make mistakes, but you should have did it maybe just a little bit earlier to help. They said that the two children are by different fathers, but the father of the 1-year-old said he would step up and take responsibility for the little boy too.
While the police said that the rooms were absolutely filthy with garbage, urine, and feces. The children were filthy, suffered with eczema, and smelled so badly of urine even after they scrubbed her down, and their skin smelled like urine. Police told Fox 2 it did not appear that the children had been fed recently. They had been in the room by themselves for many hours, and during the court hearing on today, Pinnock was ordered not to have any contact with her children. She didn't appear to be fazed at all by that instruction or mandate.
So what you think was going through her mind? Forget it. I didn't care. Of course, you must have been tricking or doing something out there in the streets.
I mean, you never know because people are going through so many things, and
but that doesn't give precedent to for living filthy feces and not maintaining these babies are filthy. They hadn't been dipped in a tub and when. You see what I'm saying? I mean, let me push on. We gonna still hit that thing right quick. You know what? We're gonna hit a short break right quick, and your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. That's the spot. That's the spot.
Motel.
Yeah, I've been in there. Look, they changed a little bit, but the game ain't changed. This is the way the room's looking here.
So I was saying that when they came in, there was.
Yeah, that's the way it used to look. You ain't lying, Glenn. I don't even remember the seats being that damn clean. Right?
There was soiled diapers all around the room and so forth. And the children were in a really rough condition. And the mom wasn't even in the room with the children. She just happened to, arrive as police got there and then alerted them to the fact that those were her children.
And see, you notice, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't banging until it's nighttime. You don't see hardly nobody in there in the daytime. But at night, this time of night, oh, that's off and popping. All in that corner over there. To see, look at that. During the day.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But, that's an old player car right there. You know it's her. Come on now.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. It ain't no 88-year-old man. God do that. But, I'm glad to see the brother stood up and is going to take responsibility. That's a good brother.
He's petitioning the Friends of the Court now to try and see if he can get custody. And if he's an adequate parent and he can actually do what needs to be done for these kids, then, preferably that will be what's done. But
and see, that's what I'm talking about. Brothers standing up, take care of his responsibility. Even if it's of another man, sometimes that responsibility shows that child that you care about them. If we don't have enough people that care about the kids out here, the kids are not going to care about themselves. And as a result, they're not going to care about you. And that's not nothing good to have when we're trying to teach our kids to be somebody out here, but yet and still, they just, they don't have any leadership, nobody to lead them. I asked people this week what they thought about Hope and Fury. Okay. That was the Martin Luther King story that was showing a lot of footage that I wish not only just Black America, but white America was in on that too. Before I do, I want to make an apology, and I hope she's listening right now. I don't want her to feel any type of disrespect or feel like that I'm trying to put it down. And I'm talking about just not the young lady that I'm speaking about now or going to speak about in a moment, but I'm also talking about everyone that's gay in America. I don't care you man, you woman or not. Hear me and hear me like this. I never said I don't like you. I never said that I hate you. It's not about that. It's the way that the media depicts your views that seems like it's bullying us. Prime example. I spoke on it, which I think Heidi, which is her name. Hi, Heidi. Hope you're tuned in. MrSan44Man, love you, dear. I want you to listen to this, though, and I get my point of view. I know she might not have had an easy time with this situation, so we're going to walk together on this and learn together. And if you have anything to say, you can give me a call, 248-429-7224, and we can talk about it. This is not a problem. It's just the fact that, back to what I was saying, I said something pertaining to that when I was doing the show a week or two ago. And I went home and I thought about it. I was like, man, you know, you want to make the point, but don't hurt nobody's feelings. Don't make them feel bad or nothing. And say, okay, I just said that it's on my commercials. It's all in my media. It's just all of it. So I'm sitting back and, you know, I'm watching the news and everything. I mean, not the news, but a little NBC show. Women, all these women. And they went to the bakery to get a cake, sheet cake. So the lady says, well, how's the cake? She says, oh, it's going to be fascinating. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So she says, okay, open the cake. As soon as she opened the cake, here's a plain sheet cake with those little, you know, those little stickies that the kids have with the ABC and numbers that you put on your refrigerator. Mm-hmm. Had that spelled in the word, I am gay. Mm-hmm. Now I stood there and I said, wow, what about my feelings right now? Here I wanted to sit down and watch TV, thought that this was just a bakery little scene, funny, but that had to present itself to let me know what. Mm-hmm. And then it was a big cheer and a big clap and a big laugh and ha ha, and I'm like, you're taking it and being a little bit much with it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like our voting rights. You know, and you're aware that we have 50% voting rights. We don't have 100% voting rights like all Americans because Bush made sure he pushed that legal voting right for us back another 50 years. Okay, so maybe my fat baby might see it. My grandbaby fat cheeks might see it, but I won't see it. I very seldom doubt it unless I got another 50-something years to kick. But they use us so much for everybody's agenda. Gay agenda, Me Too agenda, the not again agenda. What about that 23-year-old black man that got gunned down 20 times by white officers? Not one, not two, but three. Had a duck hunt, took that young dead black man and cuffed him like he was still having a heartbeat. Well, he was not a threat.
They claim that they had to do that because sometimes they've been in situations where people played possum and they walked up on them and realized that they weren't.
Show me and name me the name of the person. And if you know, 248-429-7224, Name somebody you know that's still alive, got shot by 2 police officers 20 times, and you still have the ability to move. Come on now, call me up.
Well, you have to understand that, you know, and sounds terrible, but police operate by procedure. They don't operate based on the law. They operate based on procedure.
Now tell me, what is a procedure of killing a black man 20 times, shooting 20 times?
I mean,
Damn, wow.
it sounds,
And your training.
Here's the thing, man. It really doesn't matter if they shot him 1 time or 20 times. He's just as big. The fact that that 20 shots were fired is just another talking. But there have been plenty of men killed in America that were shot 1 time. They're just as dead as this dude. But until we understand in this country that these people just don't see us as human and stop trying to be like them.
Right.
And wanting your slave master to love you. He doesn't love you.
Right.
Get it through your head. How many young men do we have to see get slaughtered before we start to understand that these people are savages, as it seems to me, who say all of these terrible things about black people. But have we heard yet of black officers around America killing unarmed individuals? Do we have any research or data to show that black officers are killing young white men that are unarmed?
Oh, that would be almost up like a court martial. They have him hanged for that.
Well, okay.
Especially if he's a white boy of a father that's a somebody.
Well, we know that there are black police officers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonia, could you, while we, before we go to break, could you look up that and see if there's any data supporting the issue of black police officers killing unarmed
white men,
or any men? Let's
well, we already know it's a high rate for us.
Yeah, but let's just take it a little more broad. See if you can find any case study on black officers that have killed young men in America who were unarmed and pretty much doing nothing. Who we got for the artist of the week? Sam,
I was thinking about Kendrick Lamar, Humble.
Well, he's not an independent. We usually do.
Yeah, I know. It was just, I guess I'm speaking on, because this is going to be 2 parts on this. We just starting on white America, but we also don't get it twisted, because just like I would get on white America, black America, there's a check for you coming. Believe that. We're going to get this thing together, and we're going to discuss it.
Do we really have a black America?
Well, like you said, you know what? We don't own nothing.
So how do we have a black
We don't print no money. We don't have communities. It's just all ours. It's just all our real estate. We don't
have any mass transit. We don't manufacture anything in this country.
Well, I guess we just black. So I guess it would be white America versus blacks, because we really don't have nothing. We are a bunch of people that live at a budget of $100 a month in a man's world that's billions. Now figure that out. Here you want me to live month by month with $100 when I know I got to have at least 10,000 or more. But we got a lot of things that's going on. And then you know, another thing that I want to tell y'all, America and the world, you know, what's the deal with this slick? Ooh, I'm trying to watch my tongue so I can behave a little bit. But I'm a little tripping about this. So what's up? Anybody seen that new Roseanne?
The new sitcom?
Yeah.
She has a new sitcom?
Oh, ABC picked up. They started that over. And she a Donald Trump supporter. Got a phone call from your president this morning.
Why are you surprised that she's a Donald Trump supporter?
No, but I was so surprised that he would call her in the morning to congratulate her. Because you're putting out my message to main, or I should say, middle America, as they contact them as now. Middle America. Did this.
Yeah, but I mean,
what about good times? We're going to revitalize that? Well, Sanford and Son, we're going to revitalize that?
Well, they were trying to revitalize good times.
Mm-hmm.
They just financially couldn't pull it together.
Right, because a lot of the characters are gone. John, Esther.
They just characters. There's plenty of actors.
It just ain't nothing like James.
Well, that's
wasn't nothing like Floyd.
But you got to remember something, man. There's a generation now that don't know nothing about James.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? James was really the last of the, even though he was poor and had to go through the hell that he had to go through, James still kept order, ran the house. The man was in charge. He fed his family as best as he could. His wife comforted him at the time of need.
If I would have wanted no cornflakes with water.
Come on, you ain't used to that? Come on, y'all cornflake and water drinking people like I did. And don't forget about that powdered milk. Oh, I used to hate that with a passion. I would drink pet milk before I drink powdered milk. Really, really.
Well, if we knew then what we knew now, you shouldn't have been drinking no milk. It was probably more healthy to eat them cornflakes with the water.
I don't know.
By themselves.
Oh, by themselves.
Yeah.
Girl, we ain't had that pleasure. I mean, that dry cereal.
That cow fuss will kill you.
Yeah. You got to really take it easy. Y'all gentlemen out there, make sure y'all get your prostate checked. I know it's a very unfortunate thing that we do not like to do, but yet and still it must be done. So make sure you get aware of this. It's a public service announcement from your man, the one on MrSan44Man. I have to get one done soon, so you just got to bite the bullet and make sure you look out for yourself because, hey, a lot of us is getting past 50 and, you know, you need to take care of yourself a little bit more and take a little healthy technique, you know, get off the pork chops and the ham. You know, I don't know, man. I might have to do the procedure. Just check. No. I'm do the full thing. They're gonna put me to sleep. Check it.
They're gonna put you to sleep. They don't put you to sleep for that.
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The full deal. And just go to sleep and let them check everything and be done with it. All that every year.
If you wake up homosexual.
Hey, look. Hey, look. Don't have me somewhere with a blanket and thumb in my mouth. I feel violated. But yeah, it is a very serious thing, especially for the men in the African American community. This is not something that is relayed in the mainstream American media. And one thing I want to also touch on with the white America, you know, back in the day, I'm not even going to go back to slavery or nothing of that. We're going to go like the 30s, the 40s. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, and was going on. Okay, basically, white America and black America were two completely separate entities. Blacks did what blacks had to do by going to black stores, black community activities and things of that nature. And when white America did their thing, they did things to try to get away from us. Like if you do your history and know how they built the wall from 8 Mile and stretched it from the community to separate Detroit from 8 Mile. Detroit from the suburban areas. It's since been torn down. Some of it has been restored or kept for historical purposes. But this is the type of attitude that white America walked around with. Why are we in 2018 fighting for full voting rights when you had a main current president that could have made it happen for us, but yet and still put it back 50 more years? You have nothing to say, Mr. Bush, concerning anything concerning Black America, because your interest was not in Black America. Your interest was whatever was politically correct for you. For you. Now, people sit back and say, well, they should have got their stuff together by now. They should have it. How do you get a group of people who have been erased of their whole entire history? I have a piece of paper right here. Okay? I don't know which camera we at right here. From Ancestry.com. Now, it says there at what, 97% African and, 7% Europe or whatever, Irish or whatever. But the thing is, I can't go to 1792. I can't go to 1644. I can't go to 1211 or whenever the first pilgrim came across this Atlantic. I can't go back to that time period. White America can. You can find out what part of Europe your family comes from and all that. I can just get an analysis of what part of Africa I might be a part of because I'm African. We all the same looking. We all look the same, so what? You should get this. It's not much. Less than a bag of crime. Bag of loud. Find out your history. I say this because you don't want to sit back and see this fine honey out here. Man, you getting ready to make her your wife. And find out that's your cousin or your sister. I've had it happen in my family. It was terrible. But it was a good thing that we found out before. That's white America's fault. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, but see, to the same degree, when they brought it to the family, and when they said it to the family, it was like, oh no, you can't do that. Y'all are related.
Come on, man. You remember spending the summer down south, man, and your cousin was talking about, hey cousin 44, and you was like, yeah, you my cousin?
Only the second part, I'm not full. I'm the second club.
Meet me in the woods.
Yeah, but you know, it just goes to show you how the separation of our family by being placed here. Mothers separated from their children. You got to take this in consideration, white America, if you're listening to me. And Heidi, tell your friends about me. Tell them to tune in because this concerns you. See, Heidi and her friends, they had a campaign. They went against family traditions. She said that she really had some hard times to become who she wanted to be. My thing, Heidi, it was just, you have one, the complexion, public protection of the collection.
So Heidi flies?
I don't know, Sonia.
What?
Who was Heidi? She said she was a listener.
Oh, no, not no Heidi Fleiss.
Oh, wow. So anyway.
Heidi from Chesterfield.
Okay, yeah, Heidi, dear, it's like this. I just think that, we know what your campaign is. But it's just, it's accelerating a little bit more. See, it was a deceptive move when you said, well, not you personally, but when America said, go see Black Panther. Okay. Now you tell a cat like me who lived through the Black Panther movement and what they did to help the kids be safe going to school, feeding the kids, looking out for the community. That's who I had frame of mind is. When I seen this Disney stuff,
I was like, oh, so we done took us from our heritage of reality and put us in artificial Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
no kids run around here, no superhero. We need some superhero black men that can stand up, such as myself, and try to educate these people. Stop being bullied. America, stop. You have the audacity to promote bullying in your Powerpuff Kids schools. What about the kids that are bullied in the United States of America? Well, what do you mean, MrSan44Man? Well, let me tell you. Why can't some of our black children come up in your Fortune 500 companies, huh? What is this code system where people have been working in your Fortune 500 companies for many years but been oversought because your son's friend graduated with your friend from your alma mater, so he's guaranteed a position that he doesn't earn, and I worked for 20 years. See, some of y'all gonna go to work tomorrow and be told, Bill, uh, can I talk to you for a second? And you'll be like, oh, hell no, Sandman. And I'll be like, hey, well, Bill, you've been an asset to our company. We appreciate you being here. Hey, man, come on now, let's keep it. Well, what I'm trying to say is, we have a much experienced young man that's coming in to help not really take over, but you're just going to be in charge of making sure he's welcome, making sure he can function around here, everything that you do, and help him see his place. Okay, he going to sit down, he going to be humble, but guess what? In less than 6 weeks, you going to have a setback. Oh, Bill, what? Are you not happy with us?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not, because I just been demoted. Well, you took a couple of unscheduled days off. My grandmama was dying. I understand. We felt you. Didn't we send you flowers and told you to be back within next week?
Mm-hmm.
We did that for you. We understood. But it just was a little bit much, and we kind of dropped the ball on a big contract, and we didn't have anybody replace you, and nobody that was informed. So now we got it together that we didn't kind of consolidated your job position here, and we're going to let Billy over here take over your position. And we know we don't have a big lucrative package, but for the time period that you have, you can file for unemployment because we just missed your retirement date by 1 week. Now, I understand you've been working for us for 32 years, and I don't know how they could have stopped payment for you to get your retirement. But trust me, I'm going to work the best that I can, and damn it, I'm going to find out what the hell's going on around here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can give me a call anytime. Next thing you know, you call them, they done changed their number.
Wow.
You can't even get to that boss that told you, stop him at the desk. Oh, you don't have an access card. They said they're pretty busy right now. Maybe he'll give you a call back. Now you've been played. They about to take your house. The repo man talking about hot sheet for your car. I know you don't think you're going to lay up with your woman, and she ain't getting no money, and she ain't paying no bills. Kids acting a little salty to you because they lost that allowance. Is that the bank? Bailiffs are here. You have within 24 hours to vacate the premises. At that point, the bailiff will evict anything that is in their house. Have a nice day. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you smear me in my face. Or in black America, you know what I'm talking about. They sit back and hear your phone cut off, your lights got cut off, you ain't got nothing to eat for the babies, and here come the banker.
Well, here's for me one of the issues in that situation is we're taught to go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, clock in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a man unless you're working.
Mm-hmm.
You're not grown unless you got a job. Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go into these jobs, we don't go in thinking or having a plan like, okay, I need to do this, I need to accomplish that so that I can have my own.
Mm-hmm.
We just keep on working. They'll give us overtime.
Mm-hmm. And then that's a new thing too. I don't know if you're aware of this, and I know a lot of y'all because I got a couple of friends that's out here, y'all, and I really don't like this.
You got friends?
Yes, friends is for the friends is Z. You know, my homegirl, which is my sister Moo, you know, she works for a company. Mm-hmm. And she drives people back and forth to their job. Mm-hmm. My boy Melvin, he does that too. Mm-hmm. And it's just the hours that they give them. Now, see, me, I'm an old cat. I ain't worked in like 17 years. So my thing is like this. When I went to work, whether it be 5 to whatever, 6 to 2, or you know what I'm saying, 7 to 3, it was an 8-hour job. Right. What is this job? Be at work at 5 in the morning, work till 9, get off at 9, go home till 1, or be back on the job at 1, and then work from 1 all the way to 5, then go back home. What kind of stuff is this?
Well, because they know you need your job, and you know a lot of these, they.
Do you know what Black American women are sacrificing? Just like this Michelle. I don't know what she was doing at the Cranbrook Hotel. Right. I know she wasn't keeping them kids together. What was she doing? You know, a lot of mothers out here, the single mothers, are having a very, very difficult time taking care of their children.
Yes, absolutely.
And you got to think about it. If the man is not in the equation, now what are you supposed to do? The mother's got to fend for herself. That's one of the reasons I have fat babies so much. You know, it's Granny is old. You know, she can't chase after him. Her daughter, his grandmother, she has to work a full-time job now to make ends meet. And then you got his mother, who's working all kind of hours, crazy hours, double time hours. And it's just like, white America keeps the family away from each other because, like you just said, you know that we're desperate for the money, that's the pennies, mere pennies, to take care of a family that you know stuff is high. And you keep constantly rising the cost of living. The cost of living is rising faster than people can put their check in their pocket. And that's not fair. All I'm asking is for the fair treatment of every man, woman, child. I understand, white America, you have messed up in the past with our ancestors and your ancestors at the hands of your ancestors. But have some heart. Don't look at us as we're bad people because of the simple fact that you have put us in a situation. And Black people, wake up.
I was going to say that because, yeah, my issue is we're asking these things of white America that I don't know when we're going to get the concept that we're never going to get that. They don't.
Go to school. Put an organization together. You got all this social media. Look at me. All this social media you got. Get on the air. Put up a format. Have an idea. And put it out there. And all you people that's out there, listen to people like me, share. I didn't ask you for $5. I didn't ask you for $10. I didn't ask you for nothing but the opportunity to push a button and share.
Right. This is like the census that was done. The last one I believe it was in 2010. It says African Americans were worse off financially in 2016 than they were in 2000. African Americans are the only racial group that the Census Bureau identifies that has been left behind. White, Asian, and Hispanic households have all seen at least modest income gains since 2000. And it talks about in this article from the Washington Post that home ownership has traditionally been the primary way Americans build wealth, but the black home ownership rate is lower today than it was 40 years ago.
And whites are still 5 times richer than blacks. Why is that, y'all? You heard what she just said. You just heard what I said. Now, I'm not telling you what to think, but I'm also telling you to open your mind. Black people, we have the power to do things, but we must, one, respect ourselves. See, it's too much of this gun. That doesn't impress me. All it just says is when they come and run up in you and take you to jail on these firearm charges in which you knew you wasn't supposed to have, then you want to cry mercy. You can't do that, brother. It's so many young brothers that I say out there to say, man, why don't y'all go back to school? Go to school. Man, I ain't going to school, saying I ain't got, what I waste my time in school for? I ain't gonna get no damn job. Ain't nobody gonna help me get advanced. Every time I learn something, they make it higher. Look, they told me when I got out. Are you
saying that that's the reason that they're 5 times richer?
No, I say that a lot of brothers are giving up, and white America is looking because they're 5 times richer. Because if white America see one of their own falling by the wayside, they're going to help them. They're going to bring them in. They're going to get them a job. They're going to make sure John takes care of Bill because we're friends. And I don't want you going down by the wayside. Pay me when you can.
Yeah, but you have to, again, just putting things out there. Now, they have a different situation. Their situation is different. They have the ability to help their people.
Okay.
They have not been indoctrinated by some other people.
Okay.
We've been indoctrinated by them.
But we can still overcome them if we just sit down, be humble, and then put our determination into our will.
That's just one man's theory. That's your theory.
It worked.
Well, I'm not saying that it doesn't. What I'm saying is when a baby is born into the world and you give that baby goat's milk, then that's pretty much what that baby knows, to drink goat's milk. Well, the same thing happens if you teach that baby to not love itself, not love people that look like that baby. So it's one thing to say, well, you need to go do this and you need to go do that. Well, there's a lot of people who have went and done that. But when somebody keeps moving the finish line every time you go and do what they said you should have done to make yourself better or to help your people. So to pose the question as of why are other people 5 times richer than another person, well, you have to look at the history of those 2 people. It's not because one people is smarter than the other. It's because somebody had land, real estate. It's not a question that can't be answered. It has nothing to do with whether our people are miseducated or misinformed. It has all to do with someone else has cheated.
Right.
How can you, that's like being in a basketball game, me and you, and 3 other guys off the corner, talking about we want to go play Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. It's the same theory. If he who controls the land, it's not just our people. Look what he did to the natives.
And they in bad shape too.
Well,
on a reservation.
They not even around. You can't find 10 of them.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. I'll be like, where the hell the reservations at?
So, but to pose the question to the public, to keep asking them, why is it that white folks is 5 times wealthier than black folks? That's an oxymoron.
But the thing I'm saying is, if everybody is coming up with new different things to help their cause, We've been fighting this effort for a very, very long time. Shootings, beatings, the mistreatment economically.
That behavior was taught to you by your enemy.
Yeah.
So if that behavior is just like guys right now, I mean, even yourself, you say yourself, man, I love my hood.
I should say, yeah, I love the people
right?
in my hood. Yeah, I do.
But you don't say I love the people in my hood. You say I love my hood.
Right. I love Detroit. Yes.
Yeah, but Detroit, you have no ownership in your hood. And that's not a personal thing. That's none of us.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the revitalization of downtown Detroit. We have no ownership in downtown Detroit. We didn't even ask for any.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even stand up for the businesses that got put out when they started the revitalization. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I'm going to the Little Caesar tonight. I'm getting on the train tonight. Because guess what? When things are being built, we're not even in the conversation.
I know, but you know, I feel like now that they brought Little Caesars Arena down, I have taken my grandson there to some games.
A lot of people have.
And I look at it as though I'm supporting my city. I'm supporting Detroit.
You can look at it any way you like to look at it.
But to the same
you don't have
degree,
a city.
Well, I'm just saying the city in which I was born and
raised.
But
I wear a Tigers cap.
Yeah.
I can't go down to Comerica Park and sell a hot dog in front of them.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking. It's not just you, it's us.
And I find myself asking people that.
I'll go out of town and I'll have that Detroit English D on. Mm-hmm. And people be like, yo, you from the D, huh? You
Mm-hmm.
from the... Yeah, I'm from the D.
Mm-hmm.
And we say that with pride.
Mm-hmm.
But man, we don't... Are we really from the D? When you really stop and think about it? Are we?
Yeah, because if you really think about it, other than the automotive industry, Detroit is really known as a dangerous place from us.
Well, but guess what? Even with the automotive industry, where do all our people work at? On the line.
Now.
Mm-hmm.
For the few that's doing it.
How many of us have some ownership in any of the big three? With all those jobs that they have, you mean they can't find no way for a black man to have 3%?
And that would have been something to give out the pension, you know, that you got a stake, you helped us to get financially, you know, viable. So therefore, you know,
the thing, got nothing to do with ownership,
the thing is, if I helped you build a building, build a car, you became successful, I had a decent paycheck. After my 30 years is up, I feel like I should be entitled as a black person, because when you think about it, these Fortune 500 company guys, they got nest eggs in the billions of dollars. And you be like, wait a minute, this cat was already making 9-10 figures, and now his package, his retirement package is like, what?
When you got a guy that's going to Chrysler every day of his life for 30 years, and all he wants is to retire and have a Cadillac and a piece of house. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not what his bosses are looking to have. Mm-hmm. They're looking to have stock in the company. So to ask the question again as to why they are wealthier than us,
I guess I found out. Yep.
I guess you did.
Yep, because my thing is, and like I was speaking, because I'm gonna wrap this up. Mm-hmm. My friend, my brother, he left here Wednesday, and you know, I sat back and I watched. He's the 5th person off Detroit Raw that I've had encounter with that is deceased. And I went over my videos this morning of all the people that I've had contact with over the years that I don't have here anymore. And you know, when I woke up, I said, you know, on Wednesday, wherever he woke up somewhere else other than where I had to wake up this morning. No problems, no worries, no disparities. Hell, you might even be a brand new baby coming out the womb just after you left here and went right into another. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where is that person? Like me and you were sitting here in Glen. Where, when we gone and laying in that casket, where are you? Like we sitting here talking. Where are we? We went through so much coming in, and the only thing we caught was the entrance of life, the BS in between it, and the exit of life. But is it an exit or is it another re-entry?
No, you don't inside.
Well, hey, no. I said that because I want to tell you, next week's show, we're going to talk about death. That's why I said that. We're going to talk about that. That's something that's scary, spooky to people.
You don't talk about something you don't know nothing about.
I know a lot of people that have died and have talked to me about it.
Come back and tell you what happened after they died, did it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm questioning, and I got to see. But hey, it's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. I will see y'all next week. And take care of yourself and be careful.
I definitely want to say shout out to Heidi, who was
Heidi
from Chesterfield, who had to let Sandman know that she is a lesbian and she is listening to the Sandman
And see,
show.
didn't I tell you, Heidi? I would tell you.
Did she know he doing a seance next week?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Heidi, tune in. Pray for me, y'all. Oh, just before I go, y'all gonna be limited in the city of Detroit on some of the weed spots. 200 weed spots were closed for not filing their paperwork renewalship on time. So if you go to your nearest spot and they're closed, they didn't handle their business. It's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man, and I will see you all next week right here on Detroit Raw, right here, only on VidRadio.net. Take us out of here, Simon.
And we're going to play the independent artist, Miss Tori Blue, Goddamn Ting, and happy birthday to Miss Tori Blue. Shout out to you. Enjoy yourself, young lady, and we're out.
Happy birthday, boo.
I didn't put a new record in the system. Hey, what up?
All right, y'all. We out of here.